Welcome to the Uncultured Roots podcast. It's your boy 17.
It's your man H.M. Hersham Bawu. What up? What up?
It's your boy G Fly. What up, though, my babies?
Welcome to episode 42. 42. Damn, we getting old. We getting up there.
We need that hundo.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to get there, man.
500.
600, 700 episode.
By the time we get that 500, man, we need that Spotify money.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. We
You
gotta.
can come through right now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you come through right.
You can show up at 43 if you want.
Yeah, I agree. So, how was y'all week, man? We, glad to see everybody here another week. Everybody, they ain't blew us up yet. You know what I'm saying? We still here.
We still here for the moment being. Yeah.
Hey, man. Nobody gets out alive, so do what you can do. Keep it moving.
Yeah. Well, that's good, man. Today's episode, we got a special guest with us. He's a buddy of mine I've known for quite a while now, and he lives in Poland.
Big
So-
fan,
Yes,
big fan of the show, too.
First international guest here.
Yes, he's a big fan of the show, and it's our first international guest. And he has a book of his that he's published. That he's a published author out here. His book is titled "Moments of the Chosen."
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and introduce yourself, brother.
The one and only Jerome Washington was good with it. What up, though, my baby?
Oh, you hit him with the womp womp. Oh, what the hell?
There we go.
Was good with it.
Oh, that's like one of the most organic things that could possibly happen.
Right.
Hit the wrong
Hit
damn
the
button.
wrong one.
It'd be like that. It's all good, though.
What's up? What's up, my brother?
Yeah.
What's good with you? Like, I mean, it's like, honestly, it's really an honor. Truthfully, it's really an honor to be here for me this early morning for you this evening. But, I got a lot of things to say in a good way. Really ready to chop it up with y'all. Listen to you all the time, especially when I'm in the gym or when I'm working on my own projects and stuff like that. And shout out to all of y'all. Let's have a good time tonight. Do our thing, and it's going to be awesome. I guarantee it.
For sure.
Most definitely.
For
Much
sure.
respect, man.
Definitely.
Appreciate
Thank you
the
for
love.
listening.
So, and
Oh.
once again, congrats to you, Hertz, on everything. I wish you and your family nothing but the best.
I
For my
appreciate
other
it.
fellas, I wish you and your family nothing but the best too. But
Appreciate
Hertz,
it.
yeah, man.
Appreciate it, brother. And yeah, so let's explain for the audience the time difference between here. We're like Midwest, sort of East Coast. We on East Coast time.
Yeah, Eastern
Eastern
Standard
time.
Yeah.
So what's the time difference from here to where you are in Poland?
All right, well, I live in Lublin right now currently. So Lublin, Poland. So I am 6 hours ahead.
Okay.
I believe y'all have daylight saving times today for y'all, daylight savings time, I think. So
Yeah.
then be 5 hours, but then like a week or so later, then it'll get back to the 6.
Okay.
Because we have ours like a week after yours. Yeah.
They got it out there? They got daylight saving time out there?
Yes, it's just a week. I believe it's always like a week after what you have. So
Yeah, I think ours was last.
or either-
I think ours was last
I feel like
weekend.
I feel like for sure, like, I just feel like it's always a week before or a week after, somehow, something like that. But for sure, you got it today. Next week we'll have it, and then back to the 6th. So it's all good.
Oh, okay.
Is y'all gonna keep daylight saving time out there? Because out here they talking about
They voted already.
yeah, they voted on it.
Yeah.
Said they ain't gonna do it no more.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just gonna stay with the same?
Know,
Wow. I didn't even know that.
truthfully living here, the only thing that's really the big focus right now is just obviously the situation with Ukraine and Russia at the moment. So I think the last thing we're worried about is like time.
Right.
Yeah. You.
Right. Yeah. A lot more.
Yeah, like that. So yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, man. Let's
we'll probably keep it.
let's get into that, man. Let's get into your book first, because I wanna
Not a problem.
introduce you properly, man. What was the inspiration for you coming up with the title for your book?
Well, the whole thing really started back June 15th, 2020, when we were still, everything was still fresh with COVID and whatnot. One day, I have a good teacher friend of mine, good friend of mine, her and her family, Agnieszka. We were talking, and because she works at elementary / middle school, work at the high school and whatnot, and we just chopping it up. And I was just mentioning, a lot of kids here in Poland, or just in general, just don't really read like that. Like, not in a bad way, but just like the way English classes are, is more focused on, getting ready for tests and exams and stuff.
Oh.
No one really reads for pleasure. And I feel like if you really want to work on your language skills, reading a book is always a great thing. But of course, remember, this is not my country.
Right.
Polish is the national language, so people want to read in Polish. If I give someone a big book, but it's in English, it's like, przepraszam, nie czytać. No, I speak a little Polish. Nie rozumiem po angielsku, or like, nie umiem czytać po angielskiego książki or something like that. And it's like, okay, I get that. So my teacher friend was like, what can we do? And I'm like, well, I can write a book. And then I could get it translated or something like that. I'm sure I can do that.
Yeah.
Right.
And then, from that moment, I really started thinking about it. I'm like, write a book. Then I started thinking, but what can be interesting enough that where a person could read the book and it has a lot of rereadable value, to be able to read it, see the short stories and stuff like that, and really have fun with it.
Yeah.
Make it relatable.
Yeah.
So I started writing the short stories and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, I'm getting it now.
Yeah.
And then eventually it's like, okay, I can definitely get it translated. And then it's like, okay, boom, get the translations going. Now it's like, okay, need a title. And as you asked about the title, I figured, well, seeing as I'm writing a collection of short stories, these are technically moments in each of these characters' lives.
Yeah.
So I figured I'll call it like Moments of the Chosen.
Oh, nice.
Took some time to find that title. It was not easy. But when I finally got it, I'm like, that's it.
That's dope.
So, yeah.
So you wrote it in English and then you having it translated to Polish?
Yeah, shout out to my friend Marcin. He's the one that translated it to Polish. Really good guy. Really, really good guy. If it wasn't for him, there probably wouldn't even be a book. Like, of course, yes, I could probably publish it in English, but, obviously I live in Poland. So the key thing was to have the English on one page and on the opposite page, the Polish translations. So that way it saves people from having to use Google Translate.
Yeah.
Or, I can't find a word or something like that.
Yeah.
And plus there's also an audiobook too. I recorded that only in English though, but that also helps people who, I don't want to read a book. Okay, well, because they love, in Poland, they just love native speakers. There's something about you being a native speaker. So I figured actually, to be honest, Agnieszka once again recommended me to record the audiobook. And I'm like, okay. And then Sebastian Peach went to a studio. That shit is not easy. I'm going to tell you that. You would think it's just reading your own words. Nah.
Listen.
Studio,
hey, look. Wrong. Look.
Yeah.
When you released the book, and I'm like, okay, because I'm like, I told you I was going to support you, and I did. Now, I got the audio version. Now, I didn't buy the hard copy version, but I could tell.
For sure.
Because all three of us, we all podcast, we all do music and everything. So I could hear when you were talking. So when you going into detail right now, explaining the process about recording. Oh, believe me, all three of us already have an inkling of what you're talking about. We definitely know. So when I heard the audio book and I heard how crisp and how clear and how professional sounding it was, and how you like the way you did it. You did it in a way that would have people be immersed into the stories that you were telling. Like, because I'm telling you, like, and I'm not just saying it just because you my boy. I'm saying it. I was listening to it from an independent perspective and listening to it, and I'm thinking, like, man, you really sucked me in with that book. You know what I'm saying? And like I ain't gonna lie, I think my favorite story was Stale.
Yeah, that's the MVP of the book right there, Snell.
That's
the best one. And I literally just got that from a meme.
Yeah, I know. That's why
really,
I was like, wow, for you to take that meme and write an entire story around it, like that shit was genius, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you up. Like that shit was dope as hell.
That's dope. I'm definitely gonna be checking that out. So
sure.
Most definitely. I mean, because think about it. The whole point of snail from that meme. I can say it right now, and for the listeners, you can think about this too. I mean, just imagine this right now, especially with gas prices being as high as they are right now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can use that money.
Yeah.
Because the whole meme was you can have $10 million right now cash, like 10 million cash right now, but there's a catch. There's a snail that's after you, and the moment it touches you, you die a terrible death.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot kill it. It knows your location at all times.
And it just follows you every time.
Its only purpose is to find you.
Yeah.
So would you take that money?
Before we go any further, I'm gonna pose this question to my brothers here. Would you take that money?
I'm gonna let you ask that and then get time to think.
I would absolutely take that money, no question. That motherfucker ain't never catching me.
I mean,
what if I just live on the yacht? It ain't gonna.
I mean, people have posed this question. You know what I'm saying? But you got to understand that's the catch. Like it's gonna get to you either way. So whether it has to swim to you or whether it's, I'll be in the air. It's gonna catch a flight. Nigga, it's gonna get to you. You know what I'm saying?
Just gotta keep it moving.
Exactly. That's the whole thing.
What's gonna happen when I blow this money first?
Or you blow the money trying to get away from the snail.
That's it. You're gonna really be spending the money getting away. Oh man, I'm kind of in agreement with you. I'm taking the cash.
Take my chances. Yeah.
I'm gonna take my chances with the cash. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
So
I ain't gonna lie, I probably would too. I mean, just a snail.
Right.
Like, and honestly, I wouldn't try. A lot of people would say like, "Oh, I'll just find it and trap it, then I'm safe forever." But that's kind of lame. Like it's kind of, in my way, it's kind of cheating. It's like I want that thrill, I want that rush, knowing that
wow,
at any moment it could pop up. Because that's the easy way to trap it.
I don't want to trap it because I might accidentally touch it or something.
Might knock the motherfucker over by accident and touch like, oh shit, damn.
like listen here, Mr. Snail, I got 10 million. I'll give you one.
Yeah, I'll just try to you put an Apple tag on it so track his location.
Oh no, Apple tag.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, once again, man, definitely congratulations on the book, man. I like to see, my you're gonna bring race into it. Yeah, we got to bring race into it. I love to see my black brothers and sisters being entrepreneurs and definitely pursuing the things that they want to do in life. And I couldn't be more proud of you, brother. Especially seeing from when we met, seeing from where you came, and seeing how far you've gone. Literally, you left the fucking country. but you know what I'm saying? I'm just glad you're safe over there for one. You know what I'm saying? So, and we gonna switch gears on that too, because we gonna come back at the end. I want you to be able to give out the information towards the end of the show where people can go to look up your book and purchase it and everything else. So, but tell us what it's like, just like living over there and like living abroad, like leaving the U.S. and leaving to go live abroad, like
and then being black living abroad.
Yeah,
things you had to get used to, and you know what I'm saying.
Well, one of the first things I had to get used to was the sun, actually, because the sun rises here really early. So, for example, I'll never forget like waking up. I'm thinking I'm late for work one day, and I'm like rushing and stuff like that. I get to the bus stop, and it's only 5 o'clock in the morning. Imagine like how it is midday, like in Detroit, 9 o'clock, sun is bright and shiny. It's like that damn near at 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
Wow.
So I really had to get used to the sun. That was one of the most important things for me, actually, surprisingly. But once I got used to that, I would say just in terms of, being black here, honestly, for me, it's really I'm not trying to downplay it, but for me, I've never really had any issues and stuff like
Okay.
that. Because again, people see me as an American first.
Oh,
So
That's
you know, I wish they fucking did that over here. I wish they did that in America. You know what I mean?
Yo, that is
leave-
crazy. That's
See,
crazy.
black people have to leave America
To be
seen
viewed as a
an American.
that's a
That's
damn
crazy.
shame.
That's
dog.
crazy. You know, they try to they lightweight said we ain't American.
Pretty much.
Second class citizen.
yeah, yeah, like I said, it's just you know, because again, like they really value like quote unquote native speakers. So it's like, oh, you speak English, or oh, you know, we love. Can I have lessons with you and stuff of that nature? Because you know they really want to you know, work on their English. They want to be able to, you know, not only speak English but also do. A lot of people need to do business in English, or they want to go to school, and you know, English is very important in their field of work.
Okay.
So for me to be able to assist in that, and really what separates me from, like, one thing I try to do though, on the real, to be honest, is I try to separate myself from just being a native speaker, because you know I do have my certification to teach and stuff like that. Working in private schools, working in the private high schools and stuff like that. I do give private lessons as well too. But I also feel like, you know, I've been living here now for 8 years, so I feel like I've evolved from just being a native speaker. Like, I'm an English teacher. You know, yestum, using kanga skego, now to tell them. Wait, I said that wrong probably. Yestum, now to tell them. Yestum, now to tell them, using kanga skego, EP Saja. You know, I'm an English teacher and a writer. So, with the book that I have, with the things that I offer, I've leveled up in a way. And just when it comes to away from my job, if no one knows I can speak English, if they just see me on the street, again, everyone just keeps themselves here. One thing in Detroit, you know how you can walk down the street and be like, you know, what's good with, bro? How you doing, miss?
Yeah.
I do that shit here. People look like I'm fucking crazy.
Seriously?
So
Like,
they
I'll
don't
never
speak.
forget that shit when I first moved here. Yeah, like they're just stiff. Like, not in a bad way. It's just the culture. Like, you walk down the street, look someone in the eye, like, what's up with it?
I
They
kind
look
of
fucking
felt that.
crazy.
Kind of felt that when I went to London too. Like they don't really speak, or you know what I'm saying. Everybody's just kind of, you know, tight to themselves.
Minding their business.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, you know. And like I said, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
I feel like actually as the times progress, though, it's becoming a bit more loose. But before, when I first moved here, yeah, it was definitely stiff. You know, everybody just keeps to themselves. If they don't know you, then it's like we're not really trying to talk to you like that. But,
We don't know you. We
they
don't
know
fuck with you.
Yeah.
To somebody from the South though,
Yeah.
to up here,
Yeah.
my girl, she from down south. She say the same thing about here.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, because when you go down south, they got that southern hospitality. They'll, you know, hey, how you doing? What's up, man? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
first time I felt that, I was like, yeah, it felt weird. You know what I'm saying? Like what you want?
I ain't buying shit, nigga. What you selling? I ain't buying, nigga. Oh, okay, okay. So you kind of already addressed the question that I was going to ask you as far as being a black man in Poland. Have you experienced any racism there? But you said they see you as an American first before they see you as a black man, and I cannot stress how much that needs to be expressed. You get what I mean? Like, here is a black man, an American, a black brother, Detroit born and raised, moved to a different country, and is viewed as a American, and isn't even really viewed as an American in his own damn country.
Exactly.
That's the
Irony.
whew, man.
This place backwards. Boy.
This place is terrible. I'm going to Canada.
I told you, man. I'm leaving a bad Yelp on this.
Great old
This is ghetto.
Great old Canada. I'm going to Canada. That's where I'm going. Shit. Fuck that. Man. So, okay. I guess my next question would be, because of the situation over there, like you said earlier, like you alluded to, you know, what's morale like over there? Because I know you guys, I know that country is taking in a bunch of refugees from Ukraine, and I've seen interviews with the mayor of Warsaw, I seen him on an interview, and he was basically, asking the U.S. to send us some more funds. Can you give us some funds to try to help? Because I guess he was saying y'all services are kind of running thin over there because of the influx in population, because they accepting so many people over there.
Right.
So I guess my question would be, like, from your vantage point, I know you're not necessarily that close to the border, but I'm saying, like, what are the conditions on the ground there? Like, what's morale like?
Well, I would say right now, and I'm gonna just, like I said, for my Polish listeners, I'm trying to do y'all justice as best I can. I don't want to be disrespectful or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But from what I've been understanding, remember, some people view this what's happening with Russia and Ukraine as something similar to what happened in World War II, like how Poland was being invaded and stuff of that nature. So I guess instantly they got those flashbacks in a way. So they instantly was like, no, we got to help out. We got to do as best as we can to assist any refugee as best as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen people, cross the border. Well, not seen like actually at the border, but like in terms of like my friends and my colleagues, they'll bring people into their homes and stuff like that to help them get to their next destination. My friend Tomasz even like picked someone up from the border, drove all the way from the border to Warsaw. Okay, here's a few things, supplies for you. If you need anything, I got you.
Wow.
That's dope. My lawyer, Anna, she brought some people into her home for like a day or two before they reach their next destination. So the hospitality here in Poland is 100%. The donations, even my students at the high school, they doing all they can to help people, donating food, clothes, donating products and stuff like that. You see a lot of that at the stores. The city of Lublin doing all they can to help refugees, because Lublin is not too far from the Ukraine border. It's like 2.5 hours or so.
That's close.
That's really Lublin's the first major city at the border where a lot of people come to do what they got to do. So yeah. I would say morale right now is eerie, just because of everything that's going on, but at the same time hopeful that eventually the situation will clear itself.
Yeah.
So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I mean, okay. So what about you personally, though?
Me personally, I would say, like I said, I'm gonna keep it honest with you. Me personally, it's like I cannot afford to play hero. I feel like a lot of people right now are in competition just to help, just to show.
Mm-hmm.
There are people out there, like most of my friends, who are really genuine about it, who are not clout chasing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'll see some people who will just help just so they can put on their social media or something like that.
Right. Same thing over here.
I even have people come at me like, "Oh, how come you ain't change your profile pic? How come you ain't put the flag on your stuff?" And my thing is, I don't need to do all that to show support.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Some people are doing it just for the clout, just for my POV.
Mm-hmm.
Other people, like I said, my friends, my colleagues, my job, they're doing it genuinely just to assist people, just to help. And for me personally, it's like if I'm in a situation, and my friends know, the ones who are in Poland right now and also in Lviv and in Kyiv.
Mm-hmm.
If they need me for anything, I got them. If they need any assistance, I got them.
So
and I'll do all I can.
So you actually have friends in Lviv and in Kyiv where all this shit is taking place.
Well, most of it's in Kyiv and like on the outer sides. Lviv is for now okay.
Yeah,
don't know what will happen eventually, but yeah, I got friends in Ukraine and I also have Russian friends as well too. So I'm playing both sides.
So what are you hearing from your Russian friends?
Well, to be honest, I just send my support to her, and she knows that if she needs anything, then it's all good. Because I couldn't imagine being in her situation, because you see how it is on social media. How I get people talking down Putin and whatnot, of course. But I just, maybe, it's like, for example, if you were, like, it's like being black in America. Oh, you're black. Oh, so you're from Detroit too? Oh, you must be some thug.
Right.
Oh, you support Black Lives Matter? Oh, so you're one of them. It's just
so
like,
Russian people
calm
are
down now.
getting that came. So
Russians then became the new niggas.
Right, exactly. So it's like, So I'm just trying to show my friends, like, I'm not going to switch up on you. I know that you're not this. I know you're not that.
Yeah,
I'm here for you if you need it. And at the same time, for my Ukrainian friends, I really couldn't imagine being in a situation, if you live in Poland, I got some friends who live in Poland, and, obviously they can't go back home right now. So, wanting to just be with their families, wanting to be able to just go home and not have to worry about any stress and stuff like that. Again, I could never put myself in that situation. So I really feel for them. I can't say I empathize with them because, I'm not in that position. So what I will say is, I got nothing but love for both sides, for my colleagues. And, I want them to be able to eventually, or for all this stuff to, of course, come to an end. But more importantly, too, that my friends and their families can be safe and sound so that everybody can move on with their lives and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Right, for sure. Yeah, that's definitely dope that, people are, coming together and open up their homes, to strangers and stuff.
Absolutely.
In times like that, that's what you need.
That shit would never happen here in America.
You don't think so?
Hell no. Nigga, you on your own. I don't fucking know you.
It depends on what the cause is.
I think if times get better.
Because, truthfully, people are literally opening their homes, their cottages. Maybe they don't even have any space in their homes in the city. They're doing that. I really couldn't see some shit like that happening in Detroit. Just imagine if Chicago was on fire or something. The next great fire in Chicago, and everybody's coming to Detroit. You really gonna bring somebody from the South Side to your house?
Don't y'all remember when?
Hey, look, you said from the South Side?
Oh yeah,
I don't know about that.
I don't know about the South Side. Anybody from
My dog, what part of Chicago are you from? West Side, South Side, which
you
one?
from Chirac?
Because if I take you in, nigga, you might rob me.
That's funny because that's kind of like what was happening. Remember when Katrina, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of people from New Orleans was coming up to Detroit, and they was doing robbing, and it was crazy times then. So
I mean,
true.
Yeah.
Like in New Orleans is crazy.
Yeah, they had the murder record,
Yeah, I ain't taking none of them niggas in my house, man. I'm sorry, I can't. That's why I'm like, okay, I gotta tip my hat to the people that are, going above and beyond and doing the humanitarian thing. And, having empathy because, and I'm not trying to come off sounding like an asshole, but it's just, that's a big ask, taking on, strangers. And in this situation, it's because it has something to do with geopolitics, it has something to do with, leaders starting, this is a war. Like Hurricane Katrina was a national disaster.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But in that case, you got people literally fleeing for their lives. Not saying the people from Katrina wasn't fleeing for their lives because they was. That's a fucking hurricane.
Absolutely.
But
Of course, yeah.
You got war and like shit is being bombed and it's like people trying to get the fuck on and it's like, okay, I can empathize with that because I couldn't imagine being in that kind of situation thinking like, because I would be wanting somebody to take me in too.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But on the flip side of that, it's like, hey man, I'm just letting you know. If you try some shit, I'm gonna blow your motherfucking head off, nigga. I'm just gonna be.
Hey man, yeah, we like that with some of our family members.
Right, exactly. You right. We like that with our family. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Yeah, it's like for the most part though, it's just like my friend Lucas said, it's like the way some of his people are, he's helping them out. And then eventually, they're thinking about their next move,
Yeah.
Like, I think that's one thing that a lot of people here, I'm not saying that black folks do this because it's not all black people, but I'm just talking like in general, some people, take the help, but they don't think about what's next. I feel like a lot of people are like, they'll get the help, but they're already mapping out, okay, what's my next steps?
Right.
Am I going to stay here? Am I going to, go to a different country and stuff like that. They're really thinking ahead so that way they can get back to their lives. Because I don't feel like anyone here is trying to freeload. They take the assistance, but they're already thinking about what's the next thing.
Yeah.
Actually, one of the major issues I would say right now is actually with school. What I mean by this is because some of the kids are staying in Lublin, for example, and some of the kids are already in school, like they're having classes with their the regular Polish students, and already a big thing is like, how do we teach them? Because number one, it's like, well, obviously the teachers speak Ukraine. We want to make them comfortable and stuff like that. And at the same time, we got to make sure, the students are in their curriculum and doing their thing. I've heard just not from parents myself, but I'm just in the streets and stuff like that. It's like, not like, oh, we should separate them or something like that. But at the same time, you still got to have school, but the teachers also still have to accommodate all. So that's going to really be an interesting thing moving forward, to make sure that the Ukrainian students are integrating well. The one thing I wouldn't personally do, I would not separate them. Like, I wouldn't put all the Ukrainian kids in like one class. Like, let them integrate.
It wouldn't be a good look.
Like, and we'll figure it out, especially next year. So next school year at least. So
maybe they can have.
That turns out, though.
Maybe they can have Ukraine teachers helping out the Polish teachers.
Yeah.
Like a teacher assistant or something.
Who knows? Because right now, the way I see things, probably next school year, they'll probably definitely increase, you hire some Ukrainian teachers and whatnot. Especially, I feel like they're going to probably phase out Russian and have the Ukraine lessons or something like that. Because actually, the school system is different versus let me tell you this right here, B. That's another thing that's different about Poland or Detroit, for example, and in Poland, because these kids at like 12, 13, 14, they already have like physics, biology, chemistry, geography. They have Polish, English, and another foreign language, whether it's German, Russian, Dutch, whatever. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, wait a minute. You got physics, chemistry, biology. How old are you? I'm 13. I'm like, first of all, I only have, first of all, I'm like, I only have 1 year of biology, 1 year of chemistry, and 1 year of physics, and that was in high school.
Right.
Yeah.
So we dumb as hell.
I was like, well,
hell no.
And I'm like, damn. And don't even get me started on their math. Like, that shit a foreign language to me. I'll probably, I'm actually terrified when my daughter gets older because I'm thinking like, how am I going to help her with this stuff when I don't even remember doing this when I was in school?
Right.
So yeah, the educational system here is rigorous, man. But I would rather have too much knowledge than not enough.
Exactly.
So let me ask you this because you kind of brought it up. First off, what is it like? And two, what are the challenges of having a, I'm not going to be delicate about it. What are the challenges of having a biracial child? In that country per se, is it any different? Like, do you think from, like the biracial children over here?
I mean, to be honest, when it comes to that, they look at Julia like she's a god. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not trying to hype up like, oh, everyone's going to say the child is beautiful, but I really believe that Julia is a beautiful child.
No, your daughter is beautiful, bro.
Like, her face, her cheeks, her nose, her hair, her eyes. She is so beautiful, like really. Mm-hmm. And, when people see her, they'll always be like, oh, sweet, I'll just be like, oh, she is so beautiful. She is so cute. And,
what do that mean, though?
It really amazing. It just means like pretty child, pretty baby.
Okay.
Very cute baby, yeah. And honestly, when I think about me and I think about my ex-wife, and I think we made that, like, again, sometimes I look at Julie's like old pictures and I'm like, man, Julie is so beautiful. Mm-hmm. So they don't treat her no different though. Again, you remember, because she's definitely brown, she's black.
Yeah.
And, she go to daycare, and obviously all those kids are Polish and mm-hmm. light skin and whatnot. But they accept her. They don't look at her, they don't look at her like she's black, because technically she is a Polish child. Mm-hmm. And they treat her as such. Like I said, just today I took her to her birthday party. Or not her birthday party, a friend's birthday party. Mm-hmm. And all her friends are there. Again, they don't see skin color. They see Yulka. That's her like other name, Yuka. They see Yuka. They see Julia. They see their friend. You know, they have fun. They do their thing.
That's great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It should be.
Yeah, that's the way it should be, and it seems like, you know, and I'm not gonna say there aren't any other racist countries in the world, but it seems like America has a big fucking problem with race,
Absolutely.
and I don't understand why. In terms of this is supposed to be a giant fucking melting pot, like there's some everybody over here, so it doesn't make sense to be racist in a country that has.
Well, you know, it's a certain class of people and a certain color of people who've had power, and racism helped them stay in power. So they do not want to relinquish that
to go away
because they're afraid if they let that go, all of it's going down the drain, and then they could be pushed out of the position.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's really great to hear that that your daughter definitely doesn't have to you know, experience the
same thing.
Ignorance.
You know, being viewed as different, the trials and tribulation of race. I mean, it's good. It's really good that they don't have that problem over there. And you know, I wish it was like that here. And you're kind of making the case for me to get the fuck out of here. So you know, I don't know if Poland would be it, but I said Canada. I'm going to Canada. That's where I'm probably going to end up going. You know what I'm saying? So. That's good, man. I'm glad to hear that. I'm really fucking glad to hear that.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
So
yeah, like I said, I don't have any issues. Julia doesn't have any issues. Everything's 100. You know, they treat her with love and nothing but love. You know, as far as I'm concerned, for myself, you know, I get nothing but love too. I don't have any issues like that. That's all there is to it. You know, out here grinding, taking care of my business, making things happen as best as I can.
As a fellow fat ass American, what's the food like in Poland?
Yeah, you gotta get to it.
see, yeah. I'm gonna let him go. I'm gonna let him. I kind of already have an idea because he, like I said, me and him was talking for years, so he was kind of telling me what it was like over there. But I definitely want him to share with the audience.
Yeah, I'm definitely want to hear this part.
Let me tell you right now, man. They got this stuff called beagles. So good. It's like cabbage, got some meat in there. You have it fried or boiled, but it doesn't matter. It's so fucking good, man. Get some grease and whatnot. It hits. Of course, pierogies. It's gonna be top dog as well too.
What's
like
pierogies?
Pierogies, like say it again.
What's pierogies?
No, pierogi. It's
Pierogi.
It's like dumpling.
Pierogi.
Yeah, it's dumpling. Yeah, pretty much. But you got different types. Have it with meat inside. Have it with potatoes inside. Have it with sauerkraut and mushrooms inside. I prefer potatoes. It's really like the best ones. Really good. Cutlets. I mean, a lot of the food is kind of similar to the States. You know, cutlets are like, you know, like pork, not pork chops, but kind of similar. But, you know, cutlets, potatoes. The food is good, man. The food is good.
Is it fresh?
I was just about to ask that.
Honestly, the food is definitely fresh, and it's even better when you're able to, if you know somebody that, you know, lives on the outskirts of town, or they live in like more of like a village setting.
Yeah.
Because you know, a lot of people have livestock, so they got like chickens,
so that's
cows,
fresh,
and stuff
yeah.
like that. So if you're able to pick up product from there and cook that, it just hits different. It tastes way better.
Tastes like real food.
Most definitely, good food here.
Fucking jealous.
I love Eagles.
Damn. He not.
Wait,
Checking all the boxes.
Hold on. He said time out. Hold on
now. I forgot now. Don't go to McDonald's, because that's some bullshit right there. Let me tell y'all this shit right here.
Oh, no. They playing y'all over there with the McDonald's, man?
No, let me tell you this shit right here. My first meal was a Big Mac, a large one.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they give me this small-ass cup, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I asked for a large.
He said,
My man was like, this is a large. Small ass like sippy cups.
Oh wow!
I'm like a little sippy cup almost for me. I'm like,
what the fuck is a small?
I was just about to say that. What the fuck is small now?
Right, and then like I drink the whole thing up. I'm thinking I'm about to get a refill, because you know we get free refills in the States.
Yeah.
I go to my man. I'm like, can I get a refill, please? And it's like, oh, you gotta pay for that.
Pay again.
I'm like, wait, I gotta pay for this again?
Jeez.
Nah. But at the same time, to be fair, that's probably why people here are very slim.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say.
Fat.
That's why
You know what I'm
America
saying?
is
Look at these
so
big ass
obese.
cups.
They about portion. They about portion control.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, McDonald's though, yeah, it's expensive to me. So I try not to eat it too much. Not to mention no refills. Nah.
Refill? What the fuck is that?
Seriously, like
I could probably be over there and not eat McDonald's because I don't even care for it over here.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I ain't go. And KFC's a little different too. You know, they don't got the biscuits here. They got KFC, but no biscuits, no mac and cheese. You know, they don't have sandwiches and stuff.
What kind of sides?
That shit tragic. I've been telling them.
They have like Polish sides or?
No, they got sides, but they don't have like the full array of things.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Burger King is okay. Like I said, KFC is what it is on that. Just McDonald's too. They don't show the McGriddles here. No, that's the one thing I miss the most too about the steak.
Yeah.
Damn. I just had 2 of them bitches this morning. Shit.
Bro,
I just get them with egg and
when I was
cheese,
seeing those
'cause I
commercials about like all day breakfast at McDonald's, that shit be killing me. Because these people here don't know about the McGriddle, man. That sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle, man. That shit slapped, and I miss it so bad. Like,
Man, they bought it over there. They probably make a killing.
Right.
Oh man.
I bet soul food
actually,
probably make a killing.
no, they wouldn't, because Polish people don't like sweet breakfast, like syrup for breakfast and stuff like that. They really don't do sweets.
Okay, so what's a Polish
an
breakfast? What's the
American
idea
thing.
of Polish breakfast?
Probably potatoes or something.
No, maybe not like that, but probably for sure, like maybe a sandwich, or maybe you'll have like pancakes, not like sneaky, but it's like really, really thin with fruits and jams and stuff like that. Toast, scrambled eggs, of course, kielbasa, like the sausages and stuff like that. But you wouldn't see anything like sweet. So, but sweet as in like maple syrup sweet. Like jam is one thing, but like maple syrup, maybe not so much.
Yeah.
Fresh fruits, they'll definitely have that, yogurts and stuff of that nature. But
So
yeah,
pretty much
pancakes.
way
Healthy shit.
the way you're supposed to eat.
Pancakes like a jelly sandwich over there. They said, y'all gonna eat the jelly sandwich and be all right. You hit that kielbasa with that in
Keep it pushing.
Keep it pushing.
Oh man.
That's what's up.
So kind of explain to the audience, like, what is it like? Because Poland's a part of the EU, correct?
Correct.
So
Yes, they are.
what's it like? Because I know you, because I remember seeing the pictures years ago when you was traveling to Paris and everything, and I remember you had left right before that shooting had happened over there, because I remember trying to get in contact with you, messaging you like, bro, are you all right? Because you was just there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, I hope you didn't get caught up in that shit. So, like, kind of explain.
Yeah, like we literally left. Yeah, we left like literally like the day of or something like that. So when I got like home, I went to sleep. So I didn't know anything about it. I wake up the next day, all my people, all my friends, my family messaging me, "Are you okay? Are you all right?" I'm like, "What's going on?" I ain't know nothing. But then I saw the attacks. I'm like, "Oh, okay."
So you had got out of there just in time.
Like literally, because I think if our flight was maybe a couple hours later, that's when they start locking things down. So you would have been, I wouldn't say stuck, but you'd have to get a whole Airbnb or something. But yeah, we definitely would have been there for an extra day or two. So, so yeah. So what was your question?
No, the question would be like, because here, we one big nation, and the only, if you don't have a passport and you're not getting on the plane, like the only borders we have are really with Canada and Mexico. But I know, like over there, over there things are more accessible in terms of you guys can kind of cross the border with not too much problems. So that's why I'm like, what's that like?
Honestly, that's one of the reasons why I'm still here. I mean, excluding my daughter. I tell people, because some people do ask me, "Man, you divorced, man. Why don't you go back to the States?" Or why you want? It's funny because a lot of Polish people, they want to go to the States, and I'm like, why the fuck you want to do that?
Hold on. You better read them yelps.
You want to visit? Go
Read
ahead.
Fly's
You
Yelp
wanna
review.
live there? You know, crazy? Like,
Better read them
you
yelp
don't wanna do that.
reviews. Yeah, man. I was saying they better read them Yelp reviews before trying to come over here.
Exactly, exactly. But like, as far as like me being here, like for example, like if I go from Michigan or Detroit to Chicago, it's still the States. If I go from Detroit to LA, it's still the States.
Mm-hmm.
But if I go from Lublin to Berlin, that's a whole different country.
Yeah.
I go from Lublin to Stockholm, again, different country.
Yeah.
That's the beautiful thing about it for me being here right now. Being able to just travel to different places, see different cultures, see different people. To be able, like last month being in Tenerife and whatnot, like amazing trip. Never had a situation where I traveled in the wintertime to someplace warm like that.
That's right, because that was Spain that you were just in, right?
Yes.
I love to go to Spain one day.
Yeah, shout out to my school though. Shout out to LSR for that. Shout out to McNishka for that, because without that high school, I would never do something like that.
Yeah.
And
so you done been to man, that boy done been to London, done been to Paris, done been to Spain, and man, he done been fucking just.
Yeah, man, that's international Rome.
International. Exactly, but here's my thing too. Watch this now, because my thing is this now. I always, crack jokes or something like that, but the one joke that I always say is, if I ever get deported and I'm forced to come back to the U.S., I'll always have one hell of a story to tell.
Right.
If I write up my CV or my resume, and I go to a school in Detroit or something like that. Wait a minute, you've been living in Europe for the past 10 years or 8 years or so? Yes, yes, ma'am, yes, sir. And I can share that story, hopefully, with the youth.
Yeah,
show them, like, listen, you don't have to be a statistic.
Absolutely.
You don't have to be what they say that you are. I mean, look at me. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I'm just like you.
Yeah.
According to the statistics, 1 in 4 of us are supposed to graduate high school.
Right.
And of that 25%, maybe half of that will either make it to university or college or graduate and stuff like that. The rest of you are either incarcerated or you just gang banging or you pregnant or whatever. I want to show the youth, like, listen, I'm not saying you have to be like me and, like the cliche, like, oh, look at me kind of thing, but more like, wow, he did all that with his life.
Yeah.
He's able to go to Europe. Why can't I travel? Why can't I do what I want to do?
Exactly.
And they need that.
Just showing them that they got the option to do, stuff like that.
They need that. They need that because they need to see somewhere outside of 7 Mile. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, yep.
Like, if they could hear something like that inspired them. Like, there's something outside of here.
Right.
A lot of people, how Detroit is. If you're on the east side, you definitely ain't really going to the west side like that.
Yeah.
From the west side, you ain't really going to the east. So if you have if we had somebody like you telling them, it's like this in Spain, they do this and they do that, they do this like this over in Europe, they're gonna be like, man, let me check this Europe out and see what this is about.
Yeah.
Most people don't want to cross 8 Mile.
Because even let me ask you a question. About school. Like your kids, do they offer foreign language right now? Like, because your son's 13 right now, so does he have foreign language in school?
It's offered. But again, just for context purposes, I mean, I don't live in Detroit, so we know. My kids go to a pretty good school. It's public school, it's not private school, but it's a pretty good school where they have quite a few options available to them. They have more options than any of us had in Detroit. Let me just clarify. So the education that they're getting is like well above the shit we was getting. So it was funny that you brought up. Like the idea of when your daughter gets older, looking at math and you ain't gonna know where to start. I'm already there. You know what I'm saying? My kids bring home shit now where I'm like, hey man, ask your mama. I don't know what the fuck this shit is because I've never been math was never my strong suit anyway. You know what I'm saying? I was always good in like English and social studies and in history and economics, and people think, oh well, you're good in economics. Well, you're good. No, math and economics are two totally different things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So those are my strong suits. And like my wife, she was definitely top notch in math. And so everybody in my house besides my daughter is better than me in math. And the only reason she ain't better than me is because she 4. So when she get up there, she gonna be better than me too. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, look, I got 4 other people I could depend on for this math shit. Don't ask me shit. I'm leaning on one of my kids and my wife. You know what I'm saying? So
gotta know your strengths.
you gotta know your strength. That's it. That's it in a nutshell.
Ain't no weakness too.
Yeah.
Right. So that it was, it's ironic. You asked me about that, and when you said that earlier, I wanted to chime in and jump on it, but I'm like, nah, I wanted you to talk, because this really had you on the show because we, want to get your perspective on things. But, my kids don't go to Detroit public schools, and their education is well above what we were getting, and so, but every school, no matter what district you're in, every school has its challenges. I mean, they don't. It's a relatively mixed school they go to. So you got your white kids, you got some Hispanic kids, you got some Asian kids. So it's a big melting pot where they go. So that's the one good thing. My kids aren't just going to school with kids who don't look like them. They have some who look like them, and then they have others who don't.
Right.
And my son's come home sometime and told me he had instances of, dealing with a little racism from kids, but nothing that we couldn't manage, nothing that we couldn't work through,
right.
And that's to be expected in America. You know what I mean? So it's different. That's why I'm glad, like you say, I'm glad for your daughter doesn't have to experience this bullshit because she doesn't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And our kids don't deserve it either.
And no one does.
Yeah,
no one does. Yeah.
Yeah. That was kind of depressing, but anyway.
It get like that sometimes.
Right.
So, let's shift gears a little bit right now, man. What do you? Let's get into a little geopolitics here, man. Because
let's get to it. You gotta get to the fire now.
For sure. I'm ready.
What do you think? How do you think this is going to end? But first, let's just start there. How do you think this shit gonna end though, with this Russia and Ukraine stuff?
Well, I'm not going to hold my breath on it. It's not going to be something fast. Really, when it comes to this whole situation right now, it's just a lot of talk at the moment. And it's kind of annoying, actually, for me. That's why I got to kind of block out the news.
Okay.
Like, I get to hear I see what I need to hear, but then I move on with it.
Same here.
Yeah. What I was noticing is every time, Putin does this thing, oh, Putin, you're going to pay for that. Putin, the Russians does something else. Oh, you're going to pay for that too. It's like all people doing on the West, like EU, USA and stuff, all they do is talk. All they doing is talking.
Mm-hmm.
And no disrespect, but Putin the one that putting in that work right now. From his point of view, where was this energy when Syria? And this is my only thing about Poland too. And I really don't care if people get mad at me about this, but when Syria had their situation, Poland did not really want to help the Syrian people like that. When they have like just being real, like just being realistic. Even the president at one point was kind of mentioning, like he didn't say he didn't want to help, but he pretty much he didn't really want to get involved like that. When it came to the Belarus situation. Now again, the thing about Belarus, they're not really being invaded, but they're like a dictator.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't really like the man
and
whatnot. So I understand some people trying to get out. But actually, Poland was kind of strengthening his borders a little bit, trying to prevent the influx of people coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Even though were they really refugees? Maybe not so much, but still, they were still trying to come to Poland and other countries to get assistance and whatnot to get a better life.
Mm-hmm.
But then when this Ukraine stuff happens, now all of a sudden we're looking at Poland in its holy light, and we helping everybody and stuff like that. And my only thing is, where was that energy with Syria? Yeah. Where was that energy with Belarus? You know what I'm saying? Because in those two situations, they're just being realistic. You ain't really want to get involved like that. Now, it's beautiful that you're helping out Ukraine. Like, it really is. And obviously, Ukraine, compared to those two situations, actually, Ukraine is kind of on the same level with Syria in terms of all the destruction and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But with Syria, they didn't really want to get involved. But with Ukraine, they did. They do. So it's kind of like, that's why for me, it's like, I mean, I see it. It's awesome and all, but at the same time, I really didn't have that same energy with Syria now. But it's all good. It's all good. I'm not going to be picky about that. I say these things. It is what it is. So that's my only thing.
That's interesting to hear that from, because obviously the three of us living here in the U.S., we would never even that would never even cross our mind because we wouldn't be able to understand because we're not there. You know what I'm saying? But by you being on the ground there, you able to get a proper assessment of, what it was, what things are, like how the country actually operates. Because you're right, Poland does get a good light. Go ahead.
And then, like, notice too, like in terms of like with Russia, in terms of like this invasion, like people acting like, oh my gosh, Russia, like how could they do this and stuff like that. I mean, you want to go back into 2014?
Yeah,
they did the same thing with
not
Crimea.
that long ago.
They went in there. It's literally like a baby. You tell that baby, don't touch that.
He touches
that
it.
That baby look you dead in your eyes, take that cookie right in front of your face, and you ain't do shit. So what do you expect? They're gonna be like, oh, he ain't do shit. I'm gonna do this now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why when people like these leaders, these social media experts, when they be like, oh, Putin, you will pay for this.
Yeah,
he's like that kid that already bit the cookie, and it's like, well, you ain't do shit before. What you gonna do now? So that's why it's like all this talk. It's like if you really want to put in that work, I believe what I would do in a situation if you really want to get some change going, just bring the military force in. Y'all do what you got to do, and then come to whatever agreements you got to come with, and we can move on. Because just all this talk. Even the vice president was here last week. Why are you coming to Poland? I'm here to talk about the global issues and whatnot. You really want to do something? Go to Ukraine and talk. They're the ones that got the issue. I mean, Poland got some situations too with the immigrants, yes, of course. But if you really want to make a statement, go to Ukraine.
Well, see, to be fair,
Kamala Harris was out there.
Yeah.
Hey man, we ain't seen her as the whole presidency. We looking for her as.
Right. Ever since she got into office, she ain't done. I mean, just being real, she ain't done shit for people.
She
for the black folks.
We've been looking for her as shit.
to be fair, okay, I gotta defend her a little bit. To be fair,
hey man, she with them people.
What you mean?
She with them folks. Hey man, it's like I said when we gave them a report card. And
okay.
Look, man, she run with them. She gonna be put in there with them too.
I'm listen.
They all
you gotta understand though. She's vice president, which means she still gotta answer to the white man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so what I'm saying is,
she should have thought about this when she ran when she took the job.
Look, okay, y'all got me completely off my fucking thing. Y'all got me off my square a little bit.
I'm just saying.
The reason she didn't go to Ukraine, obviously, is because it's a fucking war zone right now. Yeah. And I did see last week. Or was it this week? It was last week or this week where was it what do they have over there? Your prime minister or your president? They went over there.
Yeah.
They went over there, and a few other countries had that meeting
with the president.
Yeah, and they took the train through the war zone. Which I got to get them props on that. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get airlifted or nothing. They took the train and was just as vulnerable as anybody else. And I got to give them props on that for going over there meeting with him like that in his bunker and all of that shit. I wouldn't have did that shit. I wouldn't have been brave enough to do it. I'm not even gonna hold you up.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, man. You gonna have to Skype, dog.
Like, real shit.
Make sure you got your internet connection right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, you in the war zone, bro. I ain't coming over there, bro. Like, I ain't trying to get popped. I ain't trying to get killed.
I know you posting to social media, so your internet is working.
Yeah.
Why can't y'all just Skype that?
But
I'll feel you on that.
I think personally what that was, I think that was a chess move by them.
Yeah, they just trying to show.
I mean, they are trying to show, but I think it was a chess move because they look at it like, you know what? We gonna take this trip, and God forbid, hopefully they don't kill us. But if they did, that's the precursor to get everybody in the war because you didn't took out 3 NATO countries' leaders. You killed their leader. Now it's over. Like now, there is no. You can't kill another country's leader and then think it's not going to be a war.
You might as well forget that.
It would have been over. Had one of the trains got bombed, it was a wrap.
They probably knew that too,
and that's what I'm saying. That to me,
Russia knew that.
That looked like a chess move. So they probably let her know, hey, we taking this trip. Putin, we taking this trip. Yeah. Let your people touch us. And Putin probably thought about that shit like, I know what they doing.
No, he know what he's doing. I said on the show, man, Putin, he is a G now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, this dude, if you push him the wrong way, he gonna
Yeah.
you know what I mean, let the shit off. But he ain't gonna be that stupid. The fuck with
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I know like all sides are talking right now. Yeah, Putin, he got his people over there. But the part that, you know, I think people are forgetting is like his own soldiers don't want to be over there.
Right.
Like
That's true.
even the Ukrainian, because even the Ukrainians been reporting on this. Like, hey, look, your own people don't want to even be over here fighting us.
Right.
Like, them motherfuckers been surrendering. Them motherfuckers, I mean, no, not all of them, obviously, because you still got them killers over there. But I mean, a lot of them been like, hey, we really didn't want this smoke, bro. I don't even know where the fuck I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so that's pretty bad when your army's having morale problems, because that shit becomes contagious at a certain point. You know what I'm saying? That shit spreads.
I think it's a different time and age where, you know, people morale and the way of thinking now is different. This is not like World War II and before that where people was so ready to do certain things. It's like it's more global now, and it's not just about your country where you stay at. So everybody kind of like, you know, I don't want to really be doing this war shit. We haven't really had no war except for probably like Middle East.
Yeah.
Where it's like they war all the time.
Yeah. So
it
you
might be so
you saying like I don't want to use, because I'm not going to use that word, more modern countries, because I don't want to use the term civilized, because it make it seem like those other countries are not civilized, and that's why that's why I stopped myself, because I'm like, that's not what I mean. I'm saying more developed, more modern countries with more modern based technology.
You know, people on the internet, so you know they more connected with, you know, different people outside of people that's on a square block or even in a country.
Right. Right.
Because really, people really just want fucking peace.
Yeah.
People want to be able to eat some food, look at some porn, get some pussy, and you know, get some money.
What you said was important, though. The people in developed countries want that.
Yeah.
But people who, you know what I'm saying, ain't comfortable, their life ain't good, what they give a fuck about war? Like, yeah, let's do it.
Good point. Good point.
I mean, especially because they, you know, they used to having war, so it's, you know, it's different.
Yeah, definitely true. Definitely true.
It's definitely,
and that's why, you know, again, a lot of people right now, all of us, you know, on both sides, you know, we just want to be able to, you know, just somehow, some way get to whatever agreement needs to get to, so that people can just get back to their lives. And because again, no one wants to have their homes destroyed. No one wants to, you know, of course, get injured, die, get separated, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's crazy even that, you know, we're even in this position. You know, 2022. It seemed like every fucking year is always something.
Yeah.
You know, 2020 we had COVID.
It's worse and worse every year.
We had lockdown, no lockdown, lockdown, no lockdown. 22. Just when it seemed like everything was finally about to be Gucci. Now we got this shit. And it's like, fuck, man. Can we have a year in the decade of the 2020s where everything is just Gucci? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, fuck.
It ain't looking good for us.
And they, you know, they gotta shake shit up, man. They can't help themselves.
I think it was we had like a decade of like pretty decent, you know.
When? What was that?
From like 2010 to
the 2010s.
The 2010 to 2020 was like, you know, everything was nothing was too crazy.
Depending on who you ask.
Yeah.
Because like you say,
they took not on a global scale. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm saying you can't say that shit to the motherfuckers who live in Crimea.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because in 2014, they like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? No, I know what you're saying. Yeah. I know exactly what you mean, but you know, it's go ahead.
I feel like if they make a deal, right, and, you know, stop the war, and you know, Russia can keep the areas they control, they gonna come back in like 2-3 more years, right? And do it again. Right?
You know what? You know that you said that because they were talking about because obviously Zelensky and Putin have been trying to negotiate.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it from Zelensky's point of view, as far as like, my thing is, and that's why I say I couldn't be the leader, because I'm like, nigga, I'm not negotiating with you. Get the fuck out of my country. You don't get shit. Just fucking leave.
Right.
Like, leave. Just leave. Right. If you leave, we'll be square. We'll rebuild this bitch. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna put some more defensive measures in place too as we rebuilding. But I'm not negotiating shit with you. That's my and I know that's why I said I couldn't be the leader, because they think, well, you're not thinking about your people. I am thinking about my people, because my people don't want to be ruled by you. That's the whole thing. So no, and especially if I'm still in the country, if I didn't leave like Zelensky, he's still in the country. He ain't dipped. He could have left. You know what I'm saying? He could have came to the U.S. and he stayed.
Sure.
He a G for that.
I need weapons.
He a G for that. He like, no, if you're gonna kill me, I'm gonna die in my own homeland. And that's just some, as much as I talk shit about America, I feel the same way. Hey man, you're gonna have to get me over here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how it is.
Yeah.
So I gotta give him mad props for that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, Zelensky is trying to think of his people. He's tired of this shit too. So he is trying to negotiate with Putin to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? Because he even gave in a little bit. Putin was like, we don't want Ukraine to ever join NATO. He was like, all right, we ain't gonna fucking join NATO.
Just get out.
Just get the fuck out. And then he started talking about land. And that's when Zelensky like, nah, hold up. We ain't doing that. So that's my whole thing. I'm like, first off, you ain't finna make no demands of me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We still joining NATO, bitch. I ain't know. Fuck you, nigga.
He already got Crimea.
You know what I'm saying?
In 2014.
That's what I'm saying. What do you mean don't join NATO, nigga? You wouldn't have invaded us if we was in NATO, nigga. You are literally giving me a reason to join NATO, but you're telling me not to? Fuck you. You get no demands, nigga.
Look, they might as well just join.
That's what I'm saying.
Man, they done been over there and did all kind of shit to them folks.
But see,
man.
it's the people, it's NATO itself, the organization, which is now, it's like they don't even want to admit Ukraine into NATO because they looking at it like
Russia gonna be back.
Russia gonna be trying to come back. Yeah. It's like if we admit you, we basically signing up for World War III. And you got to look at it from their perspective. You know what I'm saying? Ukraine used to be a part of the Soviet Union.
Yeah.
That they feel like, hey, but if you go further than that, Ukraine was its own country before the Soviet Union. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's, people don't know their fucking history. But I can understand why NATO, like, y'all, we want to fuck with you, but y'all niggas is hot. Y'all niggas is kind of hot, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all used to be the ops. You know what I'm saying?
So it was like, y'all niggas y'all a little hot. Shit, we know that from growing up in the hood. Like, okay, you know the motherfuckers who used to be hot. Like, nigga, I can't really fuck with you because
I can't stand next to you, dog.
I can't stand next to you, dog.
Hot boys.
You got them people looking for you, dog. I don't want to be nowhere near your ass. That's how NATO looking at Ukraine. Like, hey, bro, we really don't want no smoke with Russia, but we will if they really fuck with our sovereign NATO countries, the ones that's already established. Like, we'll do it then, but you can't really touch you, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we can send some supplies and some missiles. But y'all gonna have to fire them bitches. We ain't touching
I
shit.
give you the gun. I ain't shooting that shit.
So, I mean, just from a geopolitical point of view, like we discussed, Putin's army, they wouldn't stand a chance going up against the U.S. and NATO at all. Then you think about, is China going to get involved?
Yeah, that's the wild card.
Thing.
Right. And this is part of the conversation you didn't hear, Rome. We was talking off mic. The U.S. and the EU, each separately, they contribute $800 billion annually to China's trade. They trading partners. So $800 billion from the EU, $800 billion from the US. That's in trade. That's over $1 trillion every year. So it kind of makes no sense for China, and they've demonstrated this when they had the UN vote. They abstained. They didn't side with the US and they didn't side with Russia. They like, no, we ain't
messing up this money.
We ain't fucking up, because China, they don't want to fuck up their money shit, and they know if they get rid of, they know if they fuck up relations with the West, it's gonna set them back a lot. It's gonna hurt them a lot.
They've been growing fast,
and they like we was talking about, they in prime position to take over. They like almost there, and he looking at Putin like, bro, you fucking up my shit. You know what I'm saying?
I told you to wait.
I told you to wait, nigga. Wait till I'm on top, then we can fuck with you.
Like, man, come on, man, hurry up and wait, dog.
Hurry up and wait. So it doesn't really make sense from the perspective of from an economic standpoint. And even though, as robust as China is with all those people over there, over 1 billion plus people, economically, Russia only does between 100 and 200 billion dollars worth of trade with China. So therefore, when you do the math, statistically, it makes no sense to try to alienate your biggest customers. But you looking at it from a geopolitical point of view, you kind of are allies. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, hey, bro, what's more important? Is your ally, your I want to say ally, your alliance. Yeah, that's because I'm about to say allyship. That ain't it. But is your alliance more important than your economic shit? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody needs each other. Yeah. See, that's the thing.
That's the crazy part about this whole thing.
Everybody needs everybody. Like the U.S. needs the EU. The EU needs the U.S. China needs the U.S. The U.S. needs China. Yeah. Everybody fucking needs everybody. That's why it makes no sense for war. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense at all.
I think that's where everybody, even just regular people on the ground, feel like it's like, man, why the fuck is we doing this again?
Right. No,
And like the way I see things too is just like as you were mentioning, it's almost as if too, like some people are just even being pressured. Like, and this actually goes in not only to like the politics, but also the politics with sports right now. It's almost like, if you support Russia or if you have any ties to Russia, if you don't like denounce, then you're evil automatically. And it's like, listen, I'm just trying to do my job. Same thing with China right now. They just more than likely probably just trying to, hey, I'm just trying to handle my business. You know, like who cares how I feel? I'm just trying to make sure I take care of my business. And, it's tough right now. Because again, if you have any ties to Russia, then you're just evil or something like that. Well, why can't it just be, I'm just trying to do my job, maybe, I get what's going on in the world, but at the same time, I still got to eat, I still got to take care of my business. And, it's tough, like you said, when it comes to the business versus, those friendships and partnerships and stuff. And honestly, if I was in that situation, like China, I would really just focus on the business side of things.
Oh yeah.
However, without mixing in my feelings, like why do you? First of all, who the fuck are you to tell me how to feel? Who the fuck are you to tell me how to think? Like I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do, but at the same time, I'm gonna handle my business like I've been doing.
Yeah.
Just because I do business with this person or that person, it shouldn't make a difference to you. How would you like it if, again, the states love to preach that Jesus stuff. So, like, let me turn the other cheek on your ass real quick. If I came to you with that same energy, what the fuck would you do? You probably tell me, who are you to tell me that? So take your own advice.
Well, see, the pushback that they would have from an economic standpoint would why you would cut relations or do an embargo against Russia is because they are taking that money and they are using it in their war effort against Ukraine. So I understand from the perspective, and we on the geopolitical level here. I understand.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, on business side, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I understand if you're like, okay, we ain't gonna fucking buy your oil because you're taking that oil money and you buying tanks. You know what I'm saying? You're not using it constructively. Like you're not using it to help your people. You're not using it to rebuild your economy. Right. You're using it to fucking fuel war. Yeah. So that from that perspective, I understand why it's like, okay, we can't fuck with them because we know what you're using the money for. Right. You know what I'm saying? And you are trying to fuck up the global order by invading the sovereign nation. Right. And you know what I'm saying? Because that's the other thing. It doesn't make sense for China from their point of view. Like, nigga, why the fuck would I send my soldiers when your soldiers don't want to be there?
Right.
Your own niggas don't want to be there. You think I'm about to send my people over there to fight a war? Your own people don't want to fight? Your niggas don't even want to be there. The fuck I'm going to send my people for? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, it just doesn't make sense from China's perspective to get involved at all. Like, bruh, you on your own. You started this shit with them. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Like
my name Bennett, and I ain't in it.
China been wanting to go after Taiwan forever, but he know he gonna catch hell. They know they gonna catch hell from an economic standpoint. Like fuck, you know what I'm saying? So they looking at the long game. They like, look, my economic ambitions are more important than me taking over this little small ass island.
As they should.
As they should. You know what I'm saying? So
one thing, if they do take over Taiwan make like 70% of the world's semiconductors. So they
did not know that.
Yeah, they make like 75%.
And that's probably why the U.S. don't want them to get. The U.S. is probably willing to go into war for that shit.
If China get them in their pocket, they'll control that shit. You know what I'm saying? They'll,
That's really gonna start a war. Shit. I mean, let's just call it what it is. You know, if all the citizens of the world, and this goes for people in the military too. If all of us just really stood up against these punk ass leaders, like, look, when you get in power, absolute power corrupts absolute. That's the truth. Yep. When you get in a position of power, it tends to corrupt your mind, which is why I've never chased power, which is why I've never wanted to be in a position of power, because I never wanted to become corrupted, because I know what that shit does to you. It affects your psyche, and you end up turning into somebody who you never were. And I never wanted that for myself. They say money does the same thing. I'm a little skeptical about that. This is why I'm still trying to be rich.
I don't think it's money. It's really about greed.
Yeah. You just greedy. And you
money
never
is
satisfied.
Just money.
That's different. Yeah.
Money is just money.
Yeah.
Greed is the power behind it.
I'm saying if we really stood up to these leaders from what the average citizen, and I'm talking about from every country, doesn't matter your race, doesn't matter your place of origin, if all of us really just be like, none of us want war. Mm-hmm. If you try this shit, we're going to murder you.
Zero tolerance.
Zero tolerance for war. Like, the only violence that's going to be committed is against you. So don't drag us into some shit because of some national pride bullshit. No, nigga, we don't give a fuck. We just trying to go to work, fuck, eat, and sleep. That's it. We ain't trying to do nothing else and be entertained, obviously.
And that's the way it should be on a global scale, because the next world war is gonna be the end of
it's over.
Earth.
I mean, you know this. Putin knows that. This is why he uses
the propaganda.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is why U.S. use propaganda.
Yeah,
because they know
right.
that if everybody knew the truth, and it wasn't sheep like,
then
they know motherfuckers will tear this bitch down. We turn this bitch upside down.
Yeah,
because all this war is doing, all this war is really doing is taking everybody mind and attention away from the fact that these billionaires is just fucking us over, just inflating the cost on everything. Like,
all the property and land.
Because here's what happened this week. The price of oil dropped. The price of oil went down under $100 a barrel.
It's been dropping.
The gas
prices is still the fucking same.
It's been dropping.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's because they cutting down the supply. They not, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So my whole thing is like, why ain't the prices changed? Because they fucking greedy. That's why. They trying to get all that money.
It's an illusion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They picked the best time to do it. You know what I'm saying?
This is the best.
Hey, how much is gas right now currently? How much is gas at the moment?
It's like
$4.25.
Yeah, I've been paying $4.29.
Okay. $4.29. Okay. Yeah. So it's about the same. A little bit higher for us too, though.
That's enough.
Pay by the liter. So.
Y'all do pay by the liter.
Yeah, it's about, I would say, if you want a gallon, it would probably be about 7. So probably like maybe 5 or 6 around that range.
Jeez.
Like if you want a gallon.
California prices, basically.
That's how it is in California.
Close to. So yeah, it's a little pricey at the moment. So that's tough with the gas and everything. I mean, to be honest, I don't really feel it because I don't drive over here. Because everything is actually, I take the bus, ride my bike when it gets warmer.
It's more accessible over there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Say it again.
Everything is more accessible over there, right? It's like it's like.
Well, I would say Lublin is just a smaller city.
Okay.
If I was living in Warsaw, that would probably be a different situation. Like I'll put Detroit's still even bigger than Warsaw, but I would put Warsaw on that Detroit level where it's like a car could be convenient, but they got the subway as well, so it's like actually it's not that bad. Lublin, everything is close by. You can walk to the city center if you really want to. They got a lot of bike lanes and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So that's why that's why I feel like, at least in Lublin, right now, maybe because it's still kind of cold, but once, like tomorrow's supposed to be spring. Mm-hmm. Or actually for us to right now, today is spring, but you get it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But, but once it gets a little bit warmer, then, hey, take my bike to work. Hey, I can walk. Yeah. And that actually cuts down the price on just, wasting money on gas. Because it's like, hey, I can just walk, take a train and stuff like that. Like, it's like a big deal.
That's what everybody's talking about right now. I'm looking for trying to get some gas wholesale.
From the source.
From the source.
Yeah, that's how it was in London, though. They had the tube. We traveled, all over London and stuff. We didn't even know. I think we Ubered like a couple times, but most of the way we just used the subway.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right, man. So we gonna get to the last topic for the show. And you like we said off, like, you'll definitely be back on the show because not just from the Polish perspective. I mean, you're an interesting guy, man. You got a lot going on for yourself.
Definitely.
Yeah. And
of course, most def.
So Fly was the one that came up with this topic last week, and we were supposed to. We didn't get a chance to get to it because we was run kind of like now. We was running long, but so, no, I'm gonna let Fly do it, man, because it was his topic.
So, what would you rather have, roaches or ghosts? I'm gonna tell you this, and before you tell your answer, what kind of ghosts are we talking about?
Casper the Friendly Ghost, or
I ain't seen no Caspers at all, so I don't know. But what's your answer?
For me, I would definitely say, now that I've had some time to think about this one, I'm actually going to go with ghosts. But here's my reason why I say ghost and not roaches, because roaches is just disgusting.
Absolutely.
It's like nobody was in my house, and then
Absolutely.
It's like, hey, baby, why don't you come over to my spot and you see all these roaches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the reason why I say ghost is because I feel like that's something that can be managed. Because here's my thing. If you let people affect you, like people get affected in real time by people's emotions or what they think they hear, right. Rumors and whatnot. Things are not even true. So let's say hypothetically ghosts are on the same level as a rumor. And maybe in this particular scenario that they are like real and they terrorizing us and fucking with us and everything like that. Mm-hmm. I really feel like in my situation right now, I could actually manage that and be like, well, okay, you fucked this up, but I still got this going on. Well, okay, you messed it up, but I still got that going on. Because, in a way, I feel like we all are dealing with ghosts right now. We're all dealing with things that, just when everything seems good, like, for example, you guys are driving, bing, that engine light come on. What the fuck? Yeah. Like, God damn it.
That's a good point.
Everything is Gucci. All of a sudden, bam, my fucking tire is flat or whatever. Right. Like, I feel like we deal with these situations, but at the end of the day, we still getting back up.
Yeah.
And who knows? Maybe a friendly ghost may come your way and, push you into a little situation. Well, not you anymore because you're about to get married, my man. So you can't do that anymore. You can. You got girls, but maybe the ghost will put you into a little situation or something like that, But
oh, you silly.
I would just have the ghost. I'll have a ghost because, I think it'd be kind of cool to, just be able to handle something like that. And if they're really terrorizing me, they're really fucking with me, then at least I ain't got no roaches.
That shit.
Hell no. That's dope.
Like, I just couldn't imagine that shit. I'm doing my work and then some roach crawling over my keyboard.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. Gotta go bleach myself.
Yeah, that shit made my skin crawl.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I would take the ghosts because, ghosts are already dead. Roaches don't die.
Right. Bitches multiply.
They multiply. You could step on a roach and then that motherfucker get up 2 minutes later and look at you crazy.
Oh, my God.
On some Joe's Apartment type shit. Remember that movie?
So,
man, I hated that movie, dog. It just made my skin crawl.
You motherfuckers would rather deal with the paranormal than deal with the roaches.
You would deal with the roaches?
Oh, no. I never said I was. No. I'm Team Ghost. I I just had to say that for it because I'm like, I just want to make sure we all in agreement here.
Yeah.
As long as the ghost can't enter my body or, fuck me up or nothing like that,
Nah,
good.
you can't put limits on the ghost.
You could just
Listen, man, all I ask is for it to be an apparition. I don't want no damn poltergeist.
Yeah. Pushing me down the steps and shit.
Oh, yeah. If it's at that point, bro, look, man.
But if I see a roach, I might fall down the steps.
Yeah, it depends on what kind of ghost we talking about here. Because if we talking about something that's going, shit, if you got the scary kind of ghost, you know what I'm saying? Shit, you ain't going to live long enough anyway. That motherfucker going to scare your ass. You're going to have a heart attack. And you ain't going to be out of there. So they're going to you going to be joining his ass in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Shit. So.
Actually, too, on this one with the ghost, in a way, I'm not saying I believe in ghosts, but, with my situation, with everything I've been through, like in terms of my parents passing away and stuff like that, I kind of do sometimes think when I'm about to do something stupid or I'm about to do something bad, ooh, they're probably watching me. Ooh, they're probably thinking, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
Right,
so, I don't know. In a way, I feel like, if the ghosts are real and stuff like that, if their spirits are watching me, it's kind of like, hey, man, you sure you want to do that, man?
Yeah,
sure it's going to make your mom's proud or your dad's proud? So it's like, so that's why with the ghost, too, it kind of like, man, it's something like, motherfuckers watching me, man. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Just close your eyes when I'm smashing or whatever. Don't want to
Hey, man, they just going to have to hold that one.
Had to see this work.
Like, you understand?
Oh, you stupid for that, dog.
You remember how it was.
No, people think about that, though.
You said close your eyes while I'm smashing.
Look away or something,
Oh,
if you're going to be there, then just don't fuck anything up. You know what I'm saying? I won't home girl. What's that sound? I was just, what am I talking about? Maybe come home by mistake or something. Like, what the hell?
Hell no.
Like, yeah, you might have to go to the afterlife for like an hour or so. You come back when after the hour, you come back whenever you want to.
Yeah,
hour.
Y'all stupid. Well, look, we about to close the show out, man, because we definitely running long today. But it was, it's worth it because you know what I'm saying. We all of us, we enjoy having you on the show, man, and so you'll definitely be back. Be back soon. You know what I'm saying? Because we trying to have a nice rotation of guests on the show this year. And welcome to the club, my brother. You definitely are among them.
No problem.
Welcome.
No problem. Just give a quick shout out. To give a quick shout out to number one. If you want to check out my book, you can go to my.
Oh no, that's what we was about to do.
Yeah, we were just about to set you up.
Yeah, I was about to set you up for it. Go ahead, brother.
Good. You can go to my website, jeromewashington.com. You can follow me on IG, Jerome_MOTC. Definitely want to shout out all my friends in Lublin, Yohim, Anna, Anya from Let's Talk Conversation Cards, Lubelska Skola Rilna, Nishka from Lubelska. Like that, she really helped me out in a lot of situations. Got number love, number respect for her. Even my ex-wife, Monica. I know we have our ups and downs, but, we keep pushing it through. Julia, my baby, what I'm saying, continue to be the best, continue to grow, continue to prosper. Again, all my friends, Tomasz, Łukasz, my Ukrainian friends, Ron, Alex, Alina, a Russian friend, make sure y'all take care of yourselves out there. Vlad, Daria, Julia, just all my friends. I love y'all. Jen, MVP, I can say go on and on, but it's just cool, podcasting. It's a really awesome experience.
Oh, okay. Well, look, man,
my man's my flatmate, Don, Richie, my man's, yes sir, go Lions.
Oh no, we ain't doing that. Nope, and see,
go Rams.
No, look, Rome is a diehard Lions fan, and me and him get into it all the time about his unyielding support for those fucking Lions, and I refuse. I'm not finna do it.
I was the same way for couple years ago, I started to waver, man.
No.
It's just like, man.
I gotta give it to you, man. You got a lot of patience.
Hey, I love my, hey man, like just cause like my friend, like how I love my Lions, my friend Jeremy, he loves them Browns, man. So like, you know, we go through it all the time, you know.
Oh,
and,
wow.
Man, we can get into that.
Both them fucking teams.
And whatnot.
It's like an abusive relationship.
It definitely is. Because they sure give you a heart attack.
Oh man. Well,
Right.
well, we're gonna end the show like this. Like I say, you can go check him out, JeromeWashington.com.
That's right.
Definitely check out his book. It's a good book if you're interested in stories. He tells.
And if you think that this one is good, like I said, book 2 on the way. So
I'm looking forward to it.
Fire.
I'm looking forward to it, brother.
I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? Like, my friend Gosher really helped me out with that. Jeremy as well, too. One of my best friends, Dan, as well. Like, all of them definitely helped me with the second book, with the ideas and stuff.
Okay.
And Julia, too, my friend Julia. So, I can't wait for book 2. That shit about to be fire. Like,
That's what's up.
We're going to be looking out for it.
Sure.
We're definitely looking out for it, brother. Well, you make sure you make sure you stay safe over there, and we got each other's contact information and everything now, so definitely be able to keep in touch with you more. So
no problem.
Definitely, like I say, man, just stay safe, keep your head up during your hard times, and shit, you can always hit me up anytime. So
What's that?
we'll get up at you, man. You stay safe over there, brother.
Yeah, it was a pleasure, brother.
Same to you. Y'all be safe in the streets, man, for sure.
All right. Well, that's Uncultured Roots. Y'all have a safe week. Y'all be good. Don't kill nobody.
Stay alive.
Stay alive.
Peace.